Hello, this is wmpyr back with another Power of the Force, my favorite top 10 review, I guess. And yes, this time I want to focus on the villains. In more particular, let me talk about the choices were really about like the troopers, the soldiers, the guards, those kinds of characters. That's what I chose from. And so I think a good place to start, obviously, is the Stormtrooper, as you see right here. When I was a kid, really couldn't appreciate him, because in the movie there were a lot of him. So if there was a lot of the character, just didn't feel that special. And plus, he died a lot, so I was like, yeah, nothing great. Now as an adult, I can really appreciate the design. I really like that he's white, even though pretty much everything that you saw, like on the Death Star and when it comes to the Imperials, a lot of it is black and gray. And this guy just completely stands out being white. And it works. It looks really pristine. It makes the Empire look like they put a lot of money into the military, and they look solid. It stands out and looks really, really good. So I do like the design. But then I was thinking, okay, if this guy, which is a great solid choice in my opinion, well, what about this guy that's a little bit more, which is him, the Sand Trooper. But by the way, the Stormtrooper I got from a trade box from T-Biz, Mr. T-Biz, who is on YouTube. Mr. T-Biz along with Overlord Productions. These two guys are kind of like the people that I consult when I have questions about toys and stuff, action figures, because they are expert in the field. So please check out their YouTube channel if you're interested in that kind of stuff. And anyway, the Sand Trooper right here, yeah, he's a little bit more special, a little bit more specified. He comes with a specific backpack and a really nice big rifle and stuff. However, the orange thing, I mean, what the heck is that? Does it store water? I don't know what that is. To me, it feels like he should be like directing traffic for some kids at a elementary school or something. But that being said, though, it's kind of cool, not as cool as like Dune. They should have gone that route and gave him more like a still suit looking version. That would have been sweet, but I do like how he's kind of dirtier looking. But yeah, I prefer the original Stormtrooper over this guy. Now, back when I was a kid, the one that I liked out of all the Stormtroopers the most, I have to say, was the Snow Trooper. The Snow Trooper looked freaky. It's just the way his mask and the way it just comes down all flat, and there wasn't really a detail in the mouth area or anything. It was just eyes and then just blue. It's just it just came down, and it was very bizarre looking, but they looked cool. They looked pretty awesome. So I did like the Snow Troopers, and guess what? There was one more that I liked even more than the Snow Troopers, and that had to be the AT-AT driver. Kind of reminded me of like a TIE fighter pilot, but a little bit different. I liked him a lot because he has that look, the Stormtrooper look for sure. Not as bizarre as the Snow Trooper, but then he also came with a rifle that you could sling on his shoulder, and yeah, just overall everything. His weapon, the way he looked, and all that, I liked him a lot. And then plus he's on the AT-AT, so how freaking awesome is that? Now, above that guy, above the AT-AT driver, let me think. Back in the day, I would have to say is this guy right here. Okay. Bam. So this guy is the Imperial Guard, and back in the day, my friends who were a little bit older than me, when I was in elementary school, they had to explain it to me. They were like, "This guy is awesome. This dude protects the Emperor. Do you know how special you would have to be to get that job?" They had to explain it to me like that. Once I understood that, because his weapon's not that impressive looking, and the guy's fairly plain, You know, he did stand out. The red definitely stood out. You know, in battle, of course, when you see a sea of stormtroopers and then you see one or two or three or four red dudes, your eyes are going to go to that guy right there, and that's this. So this is a very excellent choice in my opinion, and could have easily been my number 9 choice for sure. The look, the helmet design, it's very simple looking, but kind of like reminds me, very mysterious, you know, but reminds me of something like from the movie The Black Hole that Disney made many years ago. And that's a movie that I kept watching over and over again. It was very bizarre, and some scenes were a little too much for a kid. But nonetheless, I grew up watching that, along with Star Wars, the live-action Flash Gordon and Clash of the Titans, those kinds of films, you know. And yeah, Black Hole was definitely one that I enjoyed watching, and this guy would fit right in with that. This one, Power of the Force version, has that salt shaker effect because, you know, he's has no legs and stuff, but it doesn't bother me. It really doesn't. His arms look good, helmet looks good, and that's pretty much all you need. The rest is just a cloak, so I'm totally fine with that. And once again, he could have easily been my number 1 choice, but there was one more figure. If you like this guy, then you gotta check out this next one, and this next one is the one that became my choice. So this is my number 9 official choice. It is the Sentinel Guard or the Imperial Sentinel Guard. This guy right here, it to me is the this guy on steroids. You know, everything that I like about the Imperial Guard, this guy has it plus more. First of all, his weapon is cooler. This axe thing kind of, you know, invokes, should I say, even though it's not a scythe, makes me think of him holding it as like a Grim Reaper. It has kind of the similar effect. Like he's just watching over you and going, your time is up kind of thing, you know? And the fact that he's like supposed to be robotic or cyborg or some kind of mechanical is very freaky. And you could see that in the design, like the face mask area and perhaps even the hands kind of, you know, hint that out. The rest, you know, fairly similar in overall design to the Imperial Guard, just, you know, more detailed, fancier for sure, and the helmet is more unique in a sense. So the interesting thing about this particular figure is that they gave him light piping, so the back of the head has the translucent piece so that light can shine into it and then make his eyes glow. And I'm sorry I'm not doing that for you guys right now, but yeah, that is the idea there. Very, very cool, very simple gimmick. He is also, you know, salt shaker or pepper shaker, so you put them together with the Imperial Guard. You got salt shaker and pepper shaker. But once again, that doesn't bother me. And yeah, out of all the stormtroopers and guards and, you know, villains, military type people from Power of the Force 2, Shadows of the Empire, I gotta go with this guy. So this is my number 9 choice. So that's it for now. Thank you for viewing and take care, folks.